Chapter 33. Huang Feihu answered. He mounted his divine ox, took his lance, and rushed onto the battlefield. Yu Hua had a golden face, red hair, a red beard, and 2 sparkling eyes. But Yu Hua had never met Huang Feihu. He saw a general with a long 5-tufted beard, phoenix eyes, and silkworm eyebrows. "Who's that coming?" he shouted. "I'm Prince Huang Feihu. As King Zhou is a wicked tyrant, I've abandoned him and will take shelter in West Ji. And who are you, General?" "I'm Yu Hua. I'm sorry that I've never had the opportunity to meet your highness before. You were of the top rank. Why did you rebel?" It's difficult to tell the whole story in just a few words. According to the code, a ruler should respect his subjects, while his subjects should be loyal. But now everyone knows that King Zhou is a cruel tyrant and his subjects feel ashamed. All know of the virtue of West Qi, and 2/3 of the Shang Kingdom is already under Zhou influence. Man can do nothing to change the will of heaven. I hope that you'll be kind enough to let us through. We would appreciate the favor forever. Yu Hua sighed. "Your Highness, you're not right. I'm obliged to fulfill my duty and guard this pass. Were you not a rebel, I would certainly welcome you warmly. But you're a rebel now, and that makes us enemies, so I can't possibly let you through. I advise you to dismount, and I'll take you back to Zhaoge. The ministers are bound to plead on your behalf, and King Zhou may consider your past service and pardon you. It's absolutely impossible for you to get out of this pass. I've gotten through 4 of the 5 passes already. What can you do to stop me at this last one? Come forward and let's see who'll win the day." He raised his lance and charged in to attack. Yu Hua met him with his halberd. Huang fought with such speed and skill that his lance seemed to be a silver python coiling itself around Yu Hua and rendering him helpless. Utterly exhausted, Yu Hua fainted with his halberd and fled. Huang Feihu gave chase, but as he closed in, Yu Hua opened his robe and drew out the soul-killing pennant, a magic weapon from the immortal primal ether of Penglai Island. As soon as he raised the pennant in the air, it emitted a black cloud that engulfed Huang Feihu and threw him to the ground. Huang Feihu was taken prisoner and pushed before Han Rong. "What did the government do that made you rebel?" Refusing to kneel, Huang Feihu answered with a cold laugh. "A powerful position here, eh? But in fact, you just used the awe inspired by the throne to suppress this area. How could you understand why state affairs are in complete disorder, and the ministers in revolt? Now that you've got me, I'll merely be executed and that'll be the end of it. What's the point of lengthy explanations? As commander here, I'm merely doing my duty by arresting you rebels. I don't want to argue with you either. I'll put you in jail and take you to Zhaoge when I've captured the rest of your gang." Han Rong said. Hearing that Huang Feihu had been taken, Huang Gun said, "Beast! You didn't listen to my advice. What a pity that the merit for capturing you has now fallen into Han Rong's hands." The night passed. The next morning, Yu Hua galloped out and challenged again. "Who'll go?" Huang Gun asked. "I'll go." Huang Ming and Zhou Ji answered together. They got on their horses, took their battle axes, and left the camp. "Yu Hua, we'll get revenge for our brother," they shouted. They raced forward, whirling their axes. Yu Hua defended himself with his halberd. After about 30 rounds, Yu Hua pulled his horse around and fled. When Huang Ming and Zhou Ji pursued him, he lifted his soul killing pennant again and took them both. They were put in jail with Huang Feihu. Huang Gun lowered his head in silence when he heard of their capture. He then asked again, "Who will go out to meet Yu Hua this time?" Huang Feibiao and Huang Feibao answered, "We would like to meet him." They took their lances and galloped out. As before, Yu Hua took flight after 20 rounds and captured both Huang Feibiao and Huang Feibao with his pennant. When he learned of their capture, Huang Gun was very upset. The following day, Yu Hua challenged again and Long Huan and Wu Qian volunteered. We're not intimidated by his sorcery. We'll go and meet him." They galloped onto the battlefield. "You damned wretch! How dare you use your dirty sorcery? We'll knock your block off." However, after 30 rounds, Long Huan and Wu Qian were also taken, brought before Han Rong, and sent to prison. In 4 encounters, Yu Hua had taken 7 generals. Han Rong held a banquet to honor him. Meanwhile, Huang Gun sat alone, feeling very discouraged. He looked sadly at his 3 grandsons standing beside him and shook his head. "My children, you're so young. Why should you have to suffer the same fate as we do?" Just then a guard reported that Yu Hua had challenged once again. Huang Tianlu, Huang Gun's second grandson, bowed and said, "Your grandson wishes to answer the challenge to avenge my father and uncles. You must be very careful." Huang Gun warned him. Huang Tianlu fought bravely. Though he was young, he was born into a warrior's family and had been well trained since childhood. His lance darted in and out like lightning, and before long he scored a hit, stabbing Yu Hua through the left thigh. Nursing his wound, Yu Hua took flight, and Huang Tianlu plunged after him. Though defeated, Yu Hua still had his magic, and in a wink of the eye, Tianlu was captured and thrown into prison with his father. Huang Feihu was already distressed to see so many of his men captured and brought to prison. When he saw his son, he could not restrain his tears. Huang Gun felt utterly desolate when he heard that Huang Tianlu had also been lost, but he could think of no way to deal with the matter. How could they get out of the net that entrapped them? He was too old, and his grandsons were too young. He pounded his desk heavily. "We're finished, finished," he cried, and ordered his men. "Present all the jewels, gold and silver on the carts to Han Rong, and he'll allow you to get out of the pass. As for me and my grandsons, we won't live much longer." His 3,000 soldiers fell on their knees and comforted him. "Don't be. Yu Hua's a sorcerer, skilled in all sorts of magic arts. How can I ever beat him? If I were captured as well, my reputation would be ruined." He wept when he saw his grandsons standing before him with tears in their eyes. "Children, I don't know whether you will be lucky or not. I'll beg Han Rong to show Miri on you and set you free." He took off his helmet, jade belt and robes, and put on mourning. Then he took his grandsons directly to Han Rong's headquarters. As he had made up his mind to surrender, none of his men dared to say a word. At Han Rong's headquarters, Huang Gun said to the Gataman, "Would you please report to your commander that Huang Gun requests to see him?" Han Rong smiled at the report. "It's already too late. There's no use in you coming to see me now." He ordered his soldiers to stand on guard to the left and right, and with his generals on either side of him, strode out to the gate. He saw Huang Gun dressed in mourning kneeling at the gate with Huang Tianjie and Huang Tianxiang. What became of them? If you want to know, read the next chapter.